Everybody, before we get into this late morning update, we need to go over a quick synopsis of what's going on. Right now, XRP is just over 42.5 cents. It's up over 13.5% on the day. It's exactly what we talked about yesterday, and it makes me happy to know that whether we're going down or up, we can at least stay out ahead of this market. As we talked about the bear trap last night, and we talked about as long as we stayed over the 476, even with the quick pull down, that was a key indicator that this pattern was continuing bullish and that it was actually a much bigger bear trap and we had to go farther up. When you have such a long accumulation period, eventually you're going to have a bear market rally. And when you inject $3 trillion or $2 trillion with the stimulus, as I call it, the quantitative easing QE, you have no choice with these risk-on assets. You get an injection of liquidity and it's a perfect storm. And for XRP, we've been consolidating for the better part of a year, sub 40 cents. I've talked about how I will not buy XRP over 40 cents. It's just something that I've done, and it allowed me for the last year to be buying sub 40 cents. I've never actually disclosed how much I own, except for the fact that I own as many as I intended on buying, which was 10,000 tokens, but at a fraction of the price because it's been 80% off. Now those shares are up some 7-8 cents on average per share. So, it's a $700-800 day today just on a 13% move. So as it builds up, the whole point of me buying sub 40 cents and not buying over 40. So now my buying of XRP has been suspended indefinitely until we reach sub 40 cents again. It was a great barrier to have. And then I'm under the mindset if we go sub 20 cents and hit that December of 2020 low, if I am given the opportunity to buy, I will back the truck up. My one big concern is even if we go sub 20 cents with what's going on with exchanges, what's the guarantee that we can buy? So I've taken this opportunity for the better part of the last year at sub 40 cents, and I've been buying XRP. I've been very transparent about it, and it's not just XRP. I bought some XDC, I bought some ZIL, I bought some DGB, I bought some VeChain. While they were lower, I bought Algo. So there's been stuff that I've bought and it's doing very, very well. Some of it's already one bagger. DGB's basically one bagged. ZIL is basically one bagged. So there's opportunities out here, but at the end of the day, I still feel like in the grand scheme, we haven't seen the official bottom. I think that this is a big calm before the storm, and I think a lot of this happens with the liquidity or the injection of liquidity by the Fed, as we bailed the banks out of several $100 billion, and they had to pass a $2 trillion bill. It's nothing more than quantitative easing. Now, tomorrow, if they drop the hammer and raise 50 basis points, the markets are already baking in no more than 25, and they're kind of anticipating a pause here. And I'm not exactly sure that's going to happen. The European Central Bank has already raised it by 50 basis points. You've had other countries raised by 50. Nigeria, I believe, was one of them who's already done 50 basis points, and they're up to 18% interest now. So pay attention to everything. Stock market's doing pretty good, up 240. For the Dow, S&P's up 35.5. NASDAQ's up over 100, and that's your tech sector. So pay attention. Make sure you hit that like button as it greatly pushes me through the analytics. And we've talked about a lot already on this opening, and we'll get into the charts after the intro. Good morning, 11:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. I believe the only other one I own that I forgot to say was XLM, but you guys already know I own XRP, XLM, XDC, and they're 3-in-1. So, but as you can see, XRP is pumping. We're up 14.66%, up to almost 43 cents. We're coming up to a major resistance area at the 432 level. And if we get on top of that, this is when we can actually build a very, very nice pattern. Looks like a nice bull flag is formed. Our next level would be up about, I don't want to say the 45 cents just yet, because we do have to get on top of the 432, which we're right on right now. We're literally right on it. If we go into our all-time pattern, we've talked about this, so we know the levels. We're up this very, very important 43 cent resistance. It's right at 43. You pass this in the 432, obviously. Then you've got not much. We've got not much here, ladies and gentlemen, up until 49.8. So if we can get on top of this, we could be looking at another 15 to 20% on top of this and looking at a 35 to 40% pump here on XRP in just a matter of, 2 days. If we can push this next level. There's no guarantee we will, but this was the pump we talked about before the weekend. And this is exactly why I kept saying it. I pushed it very hard. I am not buying XRP over 40 cents. So my XRP purchasing has been suspended indefinitely until XRP goes back below 40 cents. And that's the way we have to do it, because if you're going to buy XRP, and some people say, oh, XRP at 43 cents is cheap. If that's the case, why didn't you buy it at 35 or 32 or 28 or 37? Now it's going to get to 50 or 55 and everybody's going to lose their shit, and then they're going to start piling into it when we've already hit our allotment under 40 cents. So my average is under 36 cents. But I've been buying it from sub 30 to right up to 40 cents. So you get an average almost in the middle. It's a little higher than the middle because it's been over 35 to 37 for most of the time. So the average is up. I think it's like 35.7. So a very healthy average. But I'm looking to lower that exponentially if we go sub 20 cents. But I'm also not going to miss out on... Hold on, I got to go let my cat in. It's scratching at the window. So, sorry about that. So I let my cat back in. I just paused it for a sec. Well, I didn't let it in. It just wanted more food, but it stays outside when it's warm. So that's just the way it goes with my little kitty. But the point of not buying it sub 40 or buying it over 40 cents is if you buy it for 40 cents even or cheaper, 40 cents is a 2.5x. So if I spent $3,500 to buy my stuff, which it didn't cost that much, actually, that's about exactly what it cost. So if you do that, you figure a 2.5x once it gets to $1 if you have a 40 cent average. So that's just, it's a beautiful thing because 3,500 would turn into 10,500 just on that initial push up. So, and then every single time you go up $1, you could say it's 150x. 40 to 80, so it is 150x, but your portfolio is going to be about 10,000, from 3,500 on that initial move. So, actually, I don't know. Is it even 10,000? Yeah, my math is just not adding up in my head. So 3,500 if you put in, and it goes from 40 cents to $1, you would have 7,000 on the 1x if it went to 80 cents, and then you would have about 8,700 roughly. So yeah, about 8,700 on the first push up to $1. But it's 150% is my point. 40 to 80%, 80 cents is 100%. And then you get another 50%. So 150% every single time XRP from here would be 150. But from there on, from $1 to 2, that'd be 250% because you're not buying it it's already at 40 cents. So you're 250% every time it goes up to $1 after the initial hit of the dollar, because it's only 150%. I want you to understand from 40 cents to $1 is what I'm trying to say. But every time after that, from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, that's 250% is my point. So obviously you can't count the first 40 cents because it's already at 40 cents is your average. So if you do it like that, every dollar it goes up is 250% is my point. So getting back on track. XRP right now, we need to hold and break the 432 level, yes, but this is the more official because this is the all-time pattern. We need to get on top of 4298. If we're on 43 cents or higher, we're still bullish. If we push down below, we might have a little bit of a retracement, but we've already held multiple retracement areas. We do have a little bit of volume coming in, as you can see it thickening up in the area. Look at the difference in here where the volume's coming in, even in the 5-minute. So we can circle this. You see there's a spike of volume in there. If we look in here, look how low the volume is in most of these areas. Even if we go into bigger time frames, you can certainly see in here it's been pretty flat. And in here you can certainly see a little bit of volume starting to spike in here. So we're going to see if this is all for nothing. But as of right now, the bear trap plays out as we expected. It was all too obvious for what was happening. We had a death cross in the 30-minute last night and a golden cross in the 4-hour time frame simultaneously. And like I said last night, the longer time frames generally went out unless you're really at a pattern reversal. But now we have to pay attention because on the all-time pattern, you can see we're coming up to this major resistance. And if we were to break down here, it would force us to retrace again, and it might just pull us back down to maybe the 40 cent level. We don't know. But if it gets on top of this level, there's not much in between here, folks, and 49.8. Just pay attention to that. And then if we look even deeper, we have the perpetual futures chart, and this could help bring us into some of these closer in-between areas. We talked about the 43 cents, and then if we get on top of that, we could have 45.1 that's in between here and the 496. But like I said, we've got to get on top of 43 cents and hold that. Right now, we're in no man's land because we did have a nice breakout of 14%, but we haven't officially got on top of this major resistance level, which if you actually look a little bit higher, that's how you get the credence to the 45 cents we just put. And you can see it on this downtrending resistance line that's part of a formation. That's right at about 45 cents. So that's going to be our next major area. If we can get over 432, on our way up to 49 cents and possibly up to this 52.55. And this pattern can go way higher. So it's not just over now, but we have to do this in segments. We can't get ahead of ourselves. But right now we've had an incredible pump. We're up 14% on the day. And for anybody who's been layering in as I have sub 40 cents, you're feeling pretty good today. But you're feeling optimistic that we can still go to lower lows as this pattern eventually, when everything hits the fan, crypto could be taking a very deep dive, and it really depends on tomorrow how quickly it can happen. If they do a 50 basis point rate hike, a lot of this is going to reverse and crash. If they do 25 or pause, look out. Continue to do what you're supposed to. When XRP is sub 40 cents, you buy. When it's over 40 cents, you suspend purchases if you're doing what I'm doing. By no means is 43 cent XRP expensive, but for my philosophy and for what I'm trying to do, sub 40 cents has always been my prime buying time. I stayed to the plan true, even when I was getting ridiculed, even when everybody else is focusing on sub 20 cents. I myself am ready for sub 20 cents. I have a lot of liquid capital, but only if it goes to that level is why I employ or unleash that part of my liquidity. That can only happen at sub 20 cents and closer to 12 cents so I can drop the hammer. If that never happens, so be it. I've already hit my allotment that I wanted, sub 40 cents, the exact amount of XRP I wanted to buy and then some. And if it goes sub 20 cents, man, am I going to be able to drop the hammer and just have that much more. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to buy XRP in the USA, and yes, it's available for no spot fees on the buy and sell, and also with a little bit more comfort with Uphold as well. You just have to pay spot fees. But the aforementioned are MEXC and or BITGET. That is in the video description below, and those two offer futures trading for up to 250x. So if you want to long or short the market, there's the opportunity. If you want to show me some support for the time served, as I've been doing this for over 2 years without a break, I have not taken a single day off. If you want to show your appreciation, you can send XRP. But what I encourage you to do is join Tom's Army and get into the Telegram Tom's Army 2.0. That's all in the video description below and or the pinned comment. And if you're looking for a message, hashtag be better, do better, hashtag FUD Assassins, and remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point? And if you stuck around this long, a very, very quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 28,024, up 209 points or 0.75% on the day. Bitcoin is in a very tricky area as we are overbought right now, but that doesn't matter that we're overextended because we've had this injection of liquidity. Now, what I will say is if we can't break this 28,500 and we end up succeeding and losing the 27,000, 25,194 is on deck, and there's not much we can do about that. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you on the other side.